Hi, I'm Keegan. I started working on a cemetery in Hatchet Lake, Nova Scotia, and saw this precious gem was undervalued. Not only is the private location just outside the city gorgeous, I realized the people running it were of exceptional quality as well, providing reverent service for almost nothing in return. I decided to sit down and ask our founder, Wayne,
Hi, I'm Wayne,
who has been running this operation mostly himself for 36 years, some questions for a series so people can learn more about cemeteries like his. If you like this content, be sure to share and follow along. Tell me about Sunrise Park. How did it come to be?
Wow, what a gigantic question that is. I established this cemetery here, the Sunrise Park Cemetery, back in 1995. This is the first burial, Michael Victor. Way back in the day, I had a real good relationship with God, and I truly believe that he was giving me some direction. 36 years ago, I just lived across the road just from this cemetery here at 2025 Prospect Road in Hatchet Lake. And it was connected to the old Umlaw Cemetery, which goes back maybe 200 years ago. And at that particular time, I looked at the funeral homes out there, how families were really, really gouged, not just in the funeral home business, but also the huge cemetery boys out with the big cemetery corporations. And as a young man, I looked at it this way. I had a beautiful daughter. What a sweetheart she is. They had a beautiful young son. He was only 22 months old. Danny Pultzer, my son-in-law. I decided that this place right here would be a great opportunity for Danny and his family. I thought I would open up this cemetery for this community to make sure that they are treated right in years and years to come. But with that, as we started this particular cemetery, the plan was, hopefully with my son-in-law, Danny, when I got this cemetery off the ground, what would take place would be that we would also have a crematorium, but then we would just have a small satellite, just a small funeral home. That would work fantastic. But the sad thing with that, 2 years after I established this cemetery with the licensing board, my son-in-law, Danny, was killed, and that changed everything. That changed our lives. That changed the cemetery here. There was going to be no funeral home and no crematorium. And so since then, it stayed a cemetery all the way through. By allowing it to stay a cemetery, I truly believe that this cemetery now has helped so many other people out there for a place to call home for their families. With the funeral business out there, we have taught many people, hundreds of people, a better way